Good Sunday morning, YouTube. We're not on Facebook this morning. We only streaming to YouTube. We had a technical issue, so I'm only able to stream to YouTube, but that's all right. I posted the link on my Facebook page, and those that get to it, hopefully they'll go to that link that I posted and come check us out. This is a special edition of TFG Sports Media with your sports guy, Kendrick, and this is going to be a great show. This is a continuation of a conversation that I had with somebody that I know very well, that I've known all his life. We had a really, really good live stream on TikTok on Friday, and we were talking about his new venture that he has taken. And but before we do that, we got to do the house cleaning. We got to do the house rules. You know, when you come in Club Kendrick, you gotta like, you gotta subscribe to the channel, TFG Sports Media, as well as Kendrick Sports Hustle. Make sure you share this live stream. Make sure you comment. I know all my comments are really gonna be coming from YouTube today, but comment. Don't be in the bushes back there just hiding and sneaking and you ain't saying nothing. Comment. Let us know where you're watching from. You know, ask some questions. So we're gonna have a good time. And I gotta do this one house rule with my Wi-Fi connection. You come in here, Wi-Fi, you come in here, you sit down, and don't you touch nothing. Don't you be buffering. Don't you be having no lag. None of that. You come in here and you behave yourself because we got company. You hear me, Wi-Fi? All right. I had to get that out the way because my Wi-Fi be tripping sometime. But without further ado, let me introduce to some, not to me, a devoted father, devoted husband, devoted brother, devoted friend, talented singer, talented writer, somewhat of a comedian, a big personality. Again, I've known this young man all his life, and I'm so proud that because I ain't gonna keep the suspense up like I tried to the other day. I'm not gonna keep the suspense. I'm gonna go and tell you who it is. We have a special guest, and he is added a new title to his long resume. He is now an author. He has released his first book. And he just so happens to be my baby brother. And coming to the stage, we bring in the new author of Sick, Tired, and Overweight, my baby brother, DL Reed. Good Sunday morning. How you doing, baby bro? And there it is. He's showing it to you. Sick, tired, and overweight. Good morning, brother. How you doing, bro?
It's all good, brother. Great rising to you.
Great rising. Did you like that intro, bro? Did you like the intro?
Magnificent.
So can I roll with you when we get this motivational speaking tour going? I can be the guy to bring you out. Your big
Absolutely.
brother bring you out. Bring you out. Well, good Sunday morning to you. Make sure everybody you come in, y'all make you like, subscribe to TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle as well. And make sure you follow my brother on TikTok at Second Son. All right, bro. We had a great conversation on Friday. Got a lot of good feedback on my end. We got a lot of views on some of those reels, bro. And I'm excited about where you about to go with this new book. And we're gonna kind of start how we started on TikTok. Kind of tell the people, introduce yourself, give them your background first of all.
I'm your good brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hear you good. Go ahead, bro.
I'm your good brother. Second son. That's second with a K. S-U-N. Because I am Carolyn's second son. But today, I'm the author, DL Reed. And with that, like my brother said in the intro, just to add to that, I'm a health and wellness advocate, self-improvement, self-awareness advocate. And I've been on this specific part of my journey since 2014, like the top part of 2014. And since then, I have gained quite a bit of knowledge about the human body and how it works and how important it is for us to be conscious of the fact that our mental health and physical health, they play a major role in our success in life or not.
Right.
And that's pretty much, what I can add on to what you already said.
And that is a very valid point. Sister-in-law, LaShawn Henderson, thanks for joining us. And I know her very well too. Great rising to you, sister-in-law. Yeah, we appreciate you popping in and watching your hubby do his thing. Bro, when we left off last week, I said we were going to start, since it's technically a sports show, we're going to start there. We're going to start at chapter 9, and you titled it Hoop Star. Talk about chapter 9 and your Hoop Star, your basis, and where did that start as far as your hoop dreams?
My hoop dream started right at home with my big brother, my older brother, Kendrick, the sports guy. Some of you may know him by that name today, but I grew up with a big brother that the hood gave him a nickname. You know how we along the way, some of us, we acquire nicknames. Somebody will give us a nickname along the way. And my big brother, his nickname in our hood was All World. So my hoop dream started right there at home, watching him play the game, watch the game, eat, live, and breathe the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where it started. And of course, with my big brother Twan, I give some names in that chapter.
You do.
The influences that I've had along the way, but not just watching my big brother, I developed a very a passion for the game as well. So I ended up young, being able to play the game. And by the time I got to play organized ball, which would be in middle school, because I didn't get the opportunity to play little league basketball or football, pee-wee football, or nothing like that. And my introduction to the structure of the game would be in the 7th grade. Coach Randy Fleet, you know Randy Fleet.
Yeah, I know him very well.
That would be him and John Michael, but Randy Fleet was my 7th grade basketball coach, and he taught me a lot about really playing the guard position in itself. He made sure that I could dribble with both hands in the 7th grade. Randy Fleet, Coach Randy Fleet, shout out to him wherever he may be. He emphasized that to me early. Like, if you're gonna play guards, you need to be able to go both ways. You need to be able to use your left and your right. And he taught me how to defend as well, the guard position and all of that. So yeah, that's you know what I mean. Then we go from there. I didn't speak about Randy Fleet or John Michael for that matter. Those are my junior high basketball coaches.
Right.
I didn't speak about them in the book, but yeah, they played a major influence in my work ethic and, my discipline and my, leadership abilities when it came to playing basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, that's the bulk of my influence was you.
well, I'm glad I could be. I a lot of people try to ride on they coattails of what they used to be in high school and college. I very rarely talk to people about my basketball, which I love basketball. You know that, bro. That was my first girlfriend. I always say that. But I don't talk about my basketball accolades. I just, that was then. But I still love the game. But you said something interesting in chapter 9, bro. You said I would develop a tremendous amount of discipline, leadership skills, and desire to cooperate within the team concept. Speak on how that kind of bled over into your new discipline now. Man, know thyself, and you learning yourself, and you seeking knowledge to improve yourself. Talk about how even then you didn't, that statement right there was kind of the beginning of you starting where you are now.
Well, right, like I said, speaking about Coach Randy Fleet and John Michael, you know, I'm 12 and 13 years old, and you know, of course, I'm growing up in the house without a father, you know, present, that you know, that masculine, manly energy present, to where, you know, oftentimes that's where the discipline side of anything is gonna come from.
Right.
And playing ball, like I was saying, then I'm in high school, so I'm playing varsity. I'm referring to my varsity playing days then. So I had, as it relates to a team, I had the opportunity to develop a team mate type. You see what I'm saying? What is that? An attribute? You know what I mean? I developed that attribute of being a team player, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? And you know, with coaching, you know, your coach has to pretty much coordinate. You know what I'm saying? And you know, influence and motivate and inspire, etc. So adding to that, that was the type of coaching that I was up under, that, you know, just was a big on disciplinary, you know what I mean? Like, not lagging, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to be at the beginning of the line. That was me when we running lines, what we call lines, or horses.
Horses, yeah. Suicides, yeah.
Suicides, you see what I'm saying? All that. We would have to run a mile in preseason. I'm trying to be at the front of the line. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, trying to be first if possible. And again, I was able to develop, again, my leadership skills, because I was, you know, elected or selected as one of the captains on each one of my basketball teams from 7th grade to 12th grade. So, and you have to be in leadership role, you got to be able to deal with different characteristics and different people, your teammates, etc. You see what I'm saying? So I developed that skill as well, just how to socialize, if you will, with different type people. You know what I'm saying? And make sense out of our relationship. You know, because as it relates to a team, we trying to win the game, and we trying to win the game together. You know what I'm saying? Not separate, especially when we talk about basketball, but just in a team sense, period. You and I know that I was raised, you know, my mother and her support system, that's how they raised us as well, like a team. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all of that spilled over into, you know, athletics and me playing basketball, etc. And then, you know, of course, my skill now. Your brother had the skill to pay the bill too. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and speaking of, you know, the nicknames, I will reverse. You know, I had mine, but you also had yours too. By the day, they called you Juice.
They called me Juice.
How did that nickname come about? Who gave you that?
My freshman year, I played JV ball. I was upgraded, if you will, or was allowed to play as a freshman on JV. So I was traveling, you know, JV and varsity traveled together.
Right.
And Big JC, John Coleman, he was a standout captain and center, you know what I'm saying, for the varsity. He would be a senior my freshman year. And we did a lot of traveling, like we're saying, varsity and JV on the same bus, going out of town, etc., playing the same teams, etc., all that. So we developed a relationship. John Coleman, he gonna tell everybody that he helped raise me. That's one of his things, and he ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? He he played a like big brother role in my life too, but he gave me that nickname, Juice. And it stuck from my freshman year to, you know, going all the way through high school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's where it come from, Big JC.
Big JC, John Coleman. I know him too. I don't know him well, but I know him. Obviously, that's what's his name, brother? Right? Is he older? Coleman that
Reggie.
played Fred Coleman. Is he kin related to Fred Coleman?
No.
No, he's not related to Fred Coleman. Okay, I thought he was. Okay. Let's talk about the discipline part. And we're gonna kind of transition from that because the discipline part is something that you spoke in this book about. You well disciplined, which you are. I do know that. My brother is very. When he says he's gonna do something, he sticks to it. I definitely know that. You decided to give up meat, and you know, bruh, everybody loves to wear the title of I'm a vegan, I don't eat meat, and this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's like a badge of honor, you know. But giving up for you not beating people over the head with it, but there's more to it than just giving up meat. It's a whole lot of other things that come along with that. Kind of talk about your discipline and you giving up meat.
I'm glad you said that, because for me, I don't like to attach myself to these different labels. You know what I mean? But for conversation wise, or you know what I mean, for the sake of conversation, I will refer to myself as vegan, but I consider myself to just be, you know, a conscious eater. Like I'm just conscious of like what I eat, because my angle that I'm coming from is as it relates to you are what you eat, and biochemistry, you see what I'm saying? Science, you know, not emotions, you know what I'm saying? But I'm my angle is coming from how the body works. So I'm glad you said that, because yeah, I don't like to attach myself to those different labels or whatever. But like I'm saying, for the sake of conversation, I will use the word vegan or vegetarian or whatever. But I consider myself just a conscious plant-based eater. And you're right. I'm not about to, you know, bang it across nobody's head. I'm not here, like I say all the time, to convince or convert. I'm only here to tell my story and how I'm wanting to be a living sacrifice and vessel. You see, for someone that might not have that time. You see, that I had to put in the research and study and the cross-referencing, etc. Because me not eating meat anymore was not attached to no trend at all. It was solely attached to my desire to feel better, first of all, because I was overweight. And when you're overweight, that brings on other stuff. It's just like your automobile. If you riding around on them ball tires, you got 4 ball tires. You riding around on putting miles and miles on that car, there's gonna be some type of alignment issue come up. You're gonna put a stress and strain on your transmit, something, you see? Right. And that being overweight part, we gotta know, because we more is not always good. You know, bigger is not always better. You see, and we think that like the more you got, the buffet. Ooh, I got a buffet. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving, Christmas, we finna. Yeah, I got 6 plates. I'm gonna eat this one. Yeah, two more
right.
hours. I'm gonna wait. You see what I'm saying? And that's gluttony. And we have all, as it relates to humanity, participated in some form of gluttony. If you're born in the United States of America, you understand? You've participated in some shape, form, or fashion in gluttony. And gluttony is one of the 7 deadly sins. We know that. And it comes in many different forms of fashion. We're not just talking about a big old obese or overweight person. You could be participating in gluttony through that TV as well. You see,
yeah,
through a certain type of low vibrational music. You could be just too much of that, and then you see all of this show itself in your life, in real life, because you just eating a bunch of mess, as my mama would say. Peace be
right.
upon her.
Peace
You see
be
what I'm
upon
saying?
her.
And you dealing in mess. So what you think gonna come back? You see? So my giving up meat again, it was dealing with a lot of that, like the spiritual side of my mind, body, and soul. And I wanted to feel better. Because again, being overweight, it puts stress and strain on my back, you know what I'm saying? My knees. And then we add all the other stuff that I'm talking about in my book, that, you know what I'm saying, that I was dealing with these different addictions. You see what I'm saying? So after really studying myself, as God has commanded us to do, know thyself, and to thine own self be true. Man, heal thyself. Over there in Matthew, he tells you that you the physician. Physician, go and heal yourself. And how do you do that? By obeying God's law. And that's what little brother did. That's what I did. I went to the studies. I went to the scriptures and got the organic meaning of what God is saying to us in Leviticus, in Revelations, in John, in Genesis, in Ruth, in Esther, etc. And it all of the roads for me led back to my human body, because you can't. That's your vessel. That's your vehicle. That's how you get to do what you need to do to be successful. You have to use your human body, which is connected to what? Organs. You see, you got 7 major organs that need to be fed what God told us.
I don't want you to give a lot of this away, bro, because you speak on a lot of this in the book. So we want people to go get the book, Sick, Tired, and Overweight. It is now available on Amazon, as my brothers calls it, tomato or tomato, like he said. One of the 4 horsemen is watching, bro. We call him Sex Big Sexy. But other people know that, Chocolate Thunder. What's up, little bro? He's watching. He said, "What's good, brothers? We good." We sitting here chatting about Arthur D.L. Reed's first book, Sick, Tired, and Overweight. Brother, let me ask you this: How difficult was it for you to give up meat? Was it a difficult? Would you say it was hard, or was it somewhat easy?
Again, I'm glad you asked. That's, man, boy, I'm telling you, boy, you legendary with your presentation. For real. For real. But no, you know what I'm saying? Again, I speak about that in my book. You know what I mean? About it, because I was studied once again. At that time, on that date that I give in my book, again, like we said, that was intentional in itself as well. It was not hard because I was studied. You know what I mean? I was not being influenced by no one, not by no thing, but I was hearing from God. I know that might sound, I don't know, sacred religion, what they call it, I don't know, but God was walking with me, leading me and guide me into the not eating meat part. Because again, we got this opportunity to regenerate, you see, cells. And with this regeneration is a rebirth. You remember Jesus had to go die and get hung on the cross so he could rise again with more power than he had before he got crucified. Remember? We all have that same cross to bear. That's what we got to know. As it relates to a new life, you see, a new heaven and a new earth. That's a new mind and a new body. That's what that means. And again, man, I've been growing up eating, man. I know how I was eating, man. I was eating horrible, man. Like, again, after I'm studied, I found that out. Like, oh, yeah, man, golly. Yeah, I need to definitely shut it down so my body, my cells, and my organs can regroup. And that's what happened. That's what you see, brother. That's what you're looking at right now. I can remember when you seen me for the first time after the weight had went down. You was like, "Ooh, bro, you too small."
I sure did.
Everybody,
Yeah.
you know, and I get that. And I just want to say this: everybody, you don't look at my frame and think that what you when you try to, you know, if you're one of these people that's overweight or obese for that matter, and you try to do something about it, don't look at my frame and my size, because it's gonna vary. You know what
it's gonna be different. Yeah, your genetics play a part in it. Your DNA, all that. You know, with your body makeup. You're right. So you can't look at you and expect maybe the results are gonna be what your results are.
Right.
You know, you definitely can't do that. Let's stay on that, bro, because I always give you credit for this, because I want to say I believe you were the first one I've ever heard use this slogan, and I think hopefully you need to get a trademark. Maybe you can't now. Health is wealth. You already knew what I was talking about. Health is wealth, man, and you that's part of your vocabulary. Expound on that, because I think a lot of times people don't really, when they hear it, they be like, health is wealth. Yeah, I know that. But do we really know that? Speak on that.
Right. Health is wealth. Think about it in this sense. If you are taking care of yourself and you don't have to, they don't have to run tests on you. Let's say that. You don't have to get no test ran on you, because, you know, you're taking care of yourself. And let me insert this in here right here, because we're taking preventative measures. That's how we look at when we say health is wealth, and being health conscious. We're taking preventative measures, you see, to where when we know genetically, you know, let's say genetically, we can be attached to bad habits, if you will, that those bad habits lead to bad health. Let's say that. Now, what we're doing when we say health is wealth is we're taking preventative measures to not have to deal with these different diseases. Let's say that, and then just, you know, leave it at that. So we won't have to go down a plethora of names and all of that of these different diseases. But we know poverty is a disease now. If we don't know that, we need to know that your poverty is a disease. Okay. So again, when we're saying health is wealth, we're talking about approaching our health in a holistic fashion, so we can stay out of the way. I have grandchildren. You see, if I'm too big and obese or overweight, can't breathe, having difficulties breathing, etc., I can't even get out there with my grandsons and play in the dirt with them and put them in their little, you know, push cart or go kart or stroller, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So when we're saying health is wealth, we're keeping these type things in mind. I have children, and I've told them, I've made a vow to them that daddy gonna stay out the way. Y'all not gonna have to be worried about keeping up with my pills. And I got a pill bill and these pills that I gotta take every day, etc. This is what we're saying when we say health is wealth. We're just attempting to bypass those diseases that come in and attack our bodies. We know that, and like we're saying, we're just gonna leave it a disease. And there's many different forms of diseases that, again, addictions and being undisciplined this is what invites these diseases in, this type of activity, if you will. You see what I'm saying? You're not even you're not even concerned with being health conscious type, etc. Somebody, what, you gotta die one day, I gotta die one day type, mentality. Everybody gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's not health is wealth. Health is wealth is, again, starting with the mind and then allowing the mind to connect with the universal God for direction on how to be, who to be doing it with, and where to be doing it, etc. Right. That's health as well, because it weeds out wrong living.
Man, profound, brother. That's profound. Again, get the book, Sick, Tired, and Overweight. The first book by my baby brother, D.L. Reed. You can get it at Amazon. Again, I'm going to say it like my baby brother said, Amazon, whatever, tomato, ketchup, catsup, however you want to say it. Let's talk about chapter 14, bro. 7/26/2005. What does that date mean to you?
7/26/2005 was the day that Linda Couch and Robert Morton, these are the doctors that would tell me and my big brother, well, let's say this, let's back up a little bit. They would come into my mother's hospital room and ask for the oldest. Who's the oldest?
Mm-hmm.
And my brother obviously is the oldest. So he went out there to see what they was talking about. Now, to make a long story short, baby brother was heated at first. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? I got ears too. My ears and the eyes and everything work too. What you mean? And felt some type of way.
Yeah. and that's understandable, baby bro. I definitely understand.
but then they came on and got me. They showed us a screen. They showed me and my big brother a screen, and that screen was the evidence of the spots of cancer all over my mama's body, from her head to all in her organs, and all going through her body. On the screen they showing us, man, my mama got cancer running all through her body. You feel me? Good God Almighty.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point on, 7/26/2005, that was when, you know what I'm saying? We found out as it relates to, the test being ran,
Yep.
And we go from there.
We go from there.
That's 20 years. That's working on 20 years ago now.
We're working on 20 years. And I highlighted something that you wrote in this chapter, bro. Again, I'm not gonna give a lot of the book away. Big Twan said that he got his in yesterday, bro. So I'm sure he's gonna be reading it today. Or whenever he has time. You wrote, you said, I'm benefiting to this day from my mother's resilient spirit. Mama was a Gemini. She knew how to communicate. She was a songstress, a writer. Her moon sign, Capricorn, and rising sign, Cancer. Speak on the benefiting part from your perspective, because that's what you wrote. You said, I'm benefiting from Mama's resilient spirit. Talk about how are you benefiting from that?
My mother was when we use this word discipline. You see what I'm saying? Going back to that, when you read off her Trinity, that's her Trinity. When you say she's a Gemini with a Capricorn moon, and she's Cancer rising. That's her Trinity. And Capricorn in itself is a disciplinary type administrative type, take care of business type sign and energies. And again, we all got to know that all of this is energy. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we experiencing on the earth planet is energy. Masculine and feminine energy coming together to create something. And that goes from the planets, sun, moon, stars, all the way to us, human beings. You see, that's energy taking place at all times, and it never passes away. That's why my mother's not dead. Her spirit is alive. Her flesh expires. Yes, your flesh has to expire. You're born, your flesh has to expire. We don't know how. We don't know when. We don't need to know all that. That's why we need to live in a health is wealth type mentality. So when your time do come, you don't have to be a burden on anyone. And that's what I mean when I tell my children, like, yeah, daddy gonna see about himself the best I can so I can stay out y'all way. You see? Now, again, my mother was very disciplined in her ways. She just wasn't privy of a holistic knowledge of self. And if she was, I can say this because I know her. If she was, she would have lived it all the way to that plate. Now, again, mama she really don't play around. You know what I mean? About like how she get down. I benefit from that because I come from the womb of that very energy. That's what I mean. Because that very energy of certain things we just passionate about. And I say we, I'm talking about me and my mama. You see what I'm saying? There's certain things we just passionate about, and we're gonna go all in. If it's family, if it's, you see what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, we're gonna go all in. And I benefited from that energy that my mother left me with as it relates to sitting down, man, because anybody that know me know that sitting down was difficult.
Yeah, for you, it was.
Okay?
Definitely. Yeah.
So in the scriptures, God has commanded us to do what? Be still and know that I am God. So you got to be still. To know God, you have to be still. You can't be, I gotta check my Facebook. Let me see what's going on. I ain't got time. I gotta go over here. You know I gotta pick this up. Oh, you know I gotta go to my, you see? You know I got a meeting. I got this. I got that. I can't. You gotta be still. Now, for some, that was the penitentiary. You see? I am grateful and thankful that my awakening process didn't have to involve me being in a penitentiary, because little brother took many, and I repeat, many penitentiary chances in my childhood, growing up with who I got down with, etc.
Right.
God obviously covered me. And again, I'm giving that covering credit to the womb that I come from. You see? And everything connected to that womb. Her mother, her father, their mother, their father. I'm talking about all of my ancestors that come from, that's connected to, the womb that I come from. Right. You see? And again, we have to know that we benefit. There's a benefit in where you come from. if you choose to really tap into it. I ain't nobody special, let me say this, no different than the next man as it relates to getting better, is what we're saying.
We all have the same opportunities to get better. You're right. No one is
free will.
The free will.
God has given us free will. You see? Right. But will you trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to thine own understanding in all your ways? It's Sunday. Why not? Let's do it. In all your ways, acknowledge him. And then he'll do what? He'll direct your path if you acknowledge in him in all of your ways. See, you got to be still. You got to give some stuff up. You're going to have to. We come in here, you already know it, programmed to be messed up, sick. Now, if you go tired and overweight like I did and choose to do something about it, let's sit down and let's talk about it. You see what I'm saying? If you choose that road, let's sit down and talk about it. Email me. You understand? Send me a DM. Let's
send a
talk.
DM.
Let's sit down and get together. Fellowship.
And then talk about this new book. This new book, Sick, Tired, and Overweight. Again, by author D.L. Reed. Available now. You can order it through Amazon. All right, we're gonna get down a couple of more, bro. Then I'm gonna ask you a sports question before we get out of here. You know I'm gonna do that. Right, I gotta do that. Chapter 15, 7 churches. It was something that I highlighted as well that I want you to kind of expound on. You said it's impossible to love anyone properly before loving self. Loving self starts with knowing why God, the universal one, created you. That was profound to me. Speak on that.
Read that one more time.
You said in chapter 15, it's impossible to love anyone properly before loving self. Loving self starts with knowing why God, the universal one, created you. Expound on that.
See, again, love lifted me. Love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. You see, it was love for myself. See, you got to know thyself, not I'm not your egoic title. I'm a certified electric engineer, practitioner, etc. See, I'm a pastor. I'm a bishop. See, it's deeper than your egoic title. You got to go dig deep within self and learn who you really are to love on yourself. Because again, if one is participating in sabotaging oneself via your lifestyle as it relates to addictions, in my book, I'm walking down the different addictions that plague me. You see, but if you're loving yourself and who you really are and knowing who you really are, you don't want to sabotage yourself. So that way you're gonna treat yourself better. You see, even as it relates to how you talk to yourself, etc. You know what I mean? We all have those moments to where, you know what I mean, we're trying to go within and figure something out, and we have these communications with ourselves. Now, again, if you're not really knowing who you are, it's impossible for you to love yourself, and then in turn, like you're definitely not able to love anyone else. You see, like love was intended, because see, we have to know that love is not kissy smoochy smoochy. You see, that's not love. See, love is truthful. Love is honest. You see,
love is kind.
Okay, come on.
Yeah.
Let's go down the list. You see, and again, love is understand. There's understanding in love. You know what I mean? So what am I saying? I'm saying that, see, what I had to do as it relates to loving myself, I had to forgive my father for the abandonment. You see, I had to not attempt to point the finger at him, you see, for my shortcomings. After, you see what I'm saying, growing up, year after year, you grow an old man and you still want to point back the finger at your daddy and say, well, he didn't tell me, he didn't show me. Type joint. When my logic, I came to this logic of my father got a story. And my father's story is he was dealing with living in and around alcoholic parents. Both of his parents were alcoholics. So when we're talking about love, you see, even the masculine energy that helped produce me, see that matters as it relates to generational wealth. See, we have to talk about that, and generational transference of, like we saying, these experiences in life, in energy. You know how we get these examples of, boy, you sang just like your mama, or we get these, you know what I'm saying? Boy, you show, you know what I'm saying? You act like your daddy when you start, you know what I'm saying? We have to know that all of these energies, bad habits and all, like we're saying, are transferring through the genome. As it relates to science, it's a transference of energy taking place. And we got to know thyself again, so we can be honest enough to say, okay, my daddy, he did this. I'm going to tweak this. I'm going to upgrade this part. I'm not going to participate. You know what I mean? Because I know how that made me feel.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? As a child, or, you know, looking for my father, etc. What. And then I had to go, you know, forgive my mother too, for, like we saying, what she didn't know. Because poverty is a disease, once again. And we lived in poverty, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth of the matter. Now I had to, again, love myself enough to go face those truths so they won't hang up my communication lines with God. Because your communication lines with God can be clogged up with bitterness. You see?
Yeah.
And evil. You see, because again, you have to lay down old ways so you can graduate, if you will, into the new. And that's that when we're talking love, man, we can go on and on with the whole importance of knowing yourself. So you can love yourself first, then now you'll be able to love on, you know, those that deserve your love in a holistic fashion.
And well said, bro. And we got your good brother, our good brother Barleen is in the chat. I appreciate the love, brother Barleen. He said the journalism is on point. Hey, your brother is trying. And oh, by the way, not only go get this one, Sick, Tired, and Overweight, from my baby brother DL Reed, don't forget to get my good brother Barleen book. I got his too. The Universe is Mental. You can get his book as well on Amazon, as my brother calls it, or Amazon, Catch Up or Cats Up, however you want to pronounce it. So get both those books. Support Black authors, because both of these brothers are on fire. All right, bro, we got a couple of more questions. We talked about this on our live on TikTok, but to your pen name, DL Reed, why did you go that route?
Well, that's a continuation of where I just was. It was solely intentional to honor my mother and my father, because my mother, that's my given name that DL represents, that she gave me, and Reed, REED, is the surname or the last name of our father, of my father. And like I said on that live, we'll say it again here, that, you know, most the people that went to school with me or my big brother, they probably quite naturally wouldn't know that, because we wore the name Henderson. And that's our mother's surname or last name. So I wanted to, again, also play on words as well, because Reed, you know, we talking about penning a book and promoting the book. You know, we asking you to read 2 times, read the book and read DL. You see what I'm saying? Like you're reading him right now in this TFG Sports Media podcast.
And remember, reading is fundamental. Remember that. Reading is fundamental. So we need to get a T-shirt with that on there, bro. Somebody, we might need to trademark that. Reading is fundamental. Think about that, bro. You need to trademark that. Don't nobody take that. We're gonna take you to court if somebody steal my idea. All right. All right, bro. You dedicated this book to your babies and your grandbabies.
I do.
Why did you dedicate this to you? And let me name off their name. Man, my brother got all these grandkids. Shoot, I can't remember their name. Let me go to the page so I can read my great nephew's and niece's name. But DL Reed dedicated this book, his first one, to Amani, his children, Amani, Ayana, Demelia, Ariel, and his only son, Dalen, and his grandchildren, Deshaun, Arian, Dash, Autumn, Khalil, and Nazir. Bruh, that's a heck of that's a heck of a resume, I should say. Why'd you dedicate this book to your babies?
Well, because putting it on paper, I feel like, that's something tangible, you know what I'm saying, that they can have and look back on, and eventually, of course, we get this train rolling, like it was designed to roll, even turn into a form of generational wealth, form.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because again, we have some like freedom fighters that, man, of course, I'm sure everything was going, in real time. It was just going by the way they wasn't even thinking about how important it would have been for them to write books and put books out, the Il Maliks, the Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther Kings of the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, so right. I wanted to be able to capitalize, on it, out the muscle, and just start, with the books, you know what I mean? With having something tangible for my children and grandchildren, and, great grand, etc. to come, to be able to, have some documented history on their father and grandfather, etc.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing. And shout out to my nephew, my nieces, and my great nephews, and nieces. So what's next for Arthur DL Reed? Is this the beginning of a series? Remember, get it at Amazon. Is this what's next for Arthur DL Reed? What you working on next?
Absolutely. Like you say, this is the beginning of a series of literature that's coming down the pipeline. You know what I mean? We're gonna tie it all in together, because originally, upon penning this book, I thought about it, and I was saying, just like what we're saying right now, that this is gonna be the intro of like, basically, just introducing myself to a health and wellness, self-improvement, self-awareness type, audience, I guess, if you will, you know what I'm saying, or movement, let's say that.
Right.
And so I was treating it as that, like, this is who this is me, this is who I am, and this is what I'm bringing, to the table. And then, boom, we'll go from there and start to get in depth with like what we really talking about here, you know what I mean, as it relates to health and wellness, you know what I'm saying, and being, self-aware, because that's important, you know what I mean? It's gonna always be important for you to be able to self-identify yourself versus, allowing a outside influence to do so. So this is definitely a start of a series of books that will fall in the lines of, self-help, health is wealth type vibe.
And look forward to that. Look forward to him. Your big brother gonna support you every step of the way. We getting ready to ride this J9 Productions, Mama's Boys. We gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off.
Right.
So again, you guys make sure y'all order Sick, Tired, and Overweight by Arthur D.L. Reed. All right, bro. Like 2 sports questions, then we're gonna get out of here, or maybe 1. Yeah, definitely. I gotta ask you this one. LeBron James playing with Bronny James. The other day, he confronted Stephen A. Smith. Basically, to make a long story short, he felt like Stephen A. been talking too slick about his son. Courtside a couple of nights ago. What are your thoughts on LeBron basically setting up his son to become a Laker? Did you have a problem with what some look at nepotism? Do you have a problem with that? And as LeBron is going at media people talking about his son, does he have a right when his son is now a professional basketball player? What's your thoughts on that?
Say that last part one more time about
the last part. I said, LeBron is feeling some type of way because a lot of these sports opinionists are coming at his son, but his son is also a professional basketball player now. So should he feel some type of way about that? I'd like to know your thoughts.
Right now, at the beginning of like what you're saying, no, there shouldn't be any problem with that man that has put the time in that he has in the league to want to set his son up for a similar maybe or possible type basketball success. And no, I'm not seeing no issue with like it being with the Lakers, like the team that he chose either. But now, I get it. Of course, obviously, I'm a father. We're fathers. You know what I'm saying? Right. I get, maybe feeling some type of way about whoever said whatever. But see, I don't at this time know exactly what Stephen A. said. So I can't really just speak on that part. But I know enough to know that baby is a, again, like we said, a professional athlete now. So it's like public what is it? The right to reproduce content act or whatever. Like, they can, that's what the whole platform is designed for people like Stephen A. to do, is to sometimes critique. Yeah. And sometimes, just give their take on, whatever athlete that they got up under the microscope at that time. We all know that's part of the game, right? Or part of the business, if you will. Now, if he's saying something, in particular that LeBron had a problem with him saying, I mean, was it outside of Bronny James, like his
it's basically talking about his game, how he's not ready. He should be in the G League, and because he's only averaging 0.9 points per game at the NBA level. He's played well in the G League. I mean, that's basically what all the sports opinionists is being saying. And at the end of the day, I mean, he's a professional. So, these cats are their opinion is that it's their opinion, But I agree with you, bro. I think from the father perspective, I definitely get where LeBron is coming from. I think any father, when you see somebody going at your seed, yeah, you're going to feel some type of way. I think that's a natural father instinct. But at the end of the day, when he became a Laker and was chosen 55th in the second round, now he's a professional. So you kind of, it is what it is. Twan says nothing wrong with what LeBron did for his son. We agree. He put his son in place to succeed. I agree. I don't have a problem with that at all. I ain't gonna, Twan, he gonna say the mayonnaise folks been doing it. Well, I'm just gonna say mayonnaise folks, but you know how Twan get. But anyway, and you're right, they have been doing it, so nothing wrong with that. So I just wanted to get your take, bro, and I think we kind of feel the same way about it. On that. Now, the last one before we get out of here, I want to thank everybody that's watched us and our little bro Antoine Banks, our good brother Barlene, the Press Box. If you haven't, go subscribe to the Press Box on YouTube. Go subscribe to his channel. Brother Barlene is kicking that knowledge as well. It's got stuff with him and my brother, second son. Go watch some of the segments that they've done on there. It will it will open your mind, open your ears, and all that. Also, my sister-in-law was popped in. I think she's gone now. Want to thank you all for watching this. Make sure you share this too to your social media platforms, wherever you are. Yeah, share this segment to that. All right, my last question, bro, and it's one that I kind of think I know what you're gonna say. How do you feel about the GOAT conversation? Is that conversation played out?
Yeah.
Or is it still relevant?
Yeah, I personally, yeah, I'm not into the GOAT. I'm not into the GOAT conversation because, again, you know, you got different eras. You know what I mean? You got different eras, and with time, we're dealing with evolving. You know what I'm saying? The game, etc. It evolves and goes into a different type of phase, etc. Of, you know, the style of play and all of that. So yeah, it you know, the competition, you know, it changes, obviously, you know, the type of competition, because when we talking like, you know, Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, you know what I mean?
Right.
And Willis Reed and them, just
right.
to be, you know, just to be honest and right and exact. Like, yeah, it wasn't, they didn't have, it was just them really as it relates to a big man competing against them, like they didn't have no a lot of different teams. Wilt wasn't going up a lot of
it was only
up
8
against a
teams at
bunch
that
of
time.
Wilts.
Yeah, right.
Bro, Bill Russell wasn't going up against a bunch of Bill Russells, etc. So, you know, you can't. I mean, I don't get into it, but you know, era wise, you know, we pick out our, you know, our favorites or who we deem to be, I guess, quote unquote GOAT.
Yeah. You see, bro, that's why, bro, I agree with you 110%. Twan says this new era is hard to stomach. Straight AAU ball. And I could not agree more with that, little bro. All right, then, y'all make sure y'all go get my baby brother's book, Sick, Tired, and Overweight, Author D.L. Reed. Go check it out on Amazon. Yeah, support, again, Black authors. Make sure you follow him on TikTok at Second Son as well. Make sure you subscribe to my channels here, TFG Sports Media, as well as Kendrick Sports Hustle. If you haven't already, make sure you like and follow them both on YouTube. I'm sorry, Facebook. And then make sure you follow me on TikTok, Kendrick Henderson 51, as well as Instagram at Kendrick 1969. All right, bro, you got any final thoughts you want to get off your chest before we get out of here?
Man, I appreciate you again having me. Like we said before, it just feel, you know, Sharp brotherish, you know. Shout out to the Sharp brothers, Shannon and Sterling. He going into the hall. Shout out to the Sanders brothers and the Wayne brothers too.
All of them, yeah, for real, no doubt. It definitely is, and I'm proud of you, bro. I want to say that, you know, I tell you this all the time, but I want to say this on this platform. How proud I am of my little brother, man, doing what you do. And you know, your big brother just is loving the growth, and I'm here for the ride. You know, I got you 10 toes down. I am my brother's keeper. And back to the GOAT conversation, I would say this: if our mother was here, she would say that either Oscar Robertson or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the GOATs.
I know.
If you didn't know, right? If you did know, our mother loved basketball, and she had a nice little shot too, by the way. She could shoot a little bit. She could shoot a little bit. So those would have been her GOATs. But anyway, there you have it. All right, bro. I love you, man. Love you to life. Peace, love, and light to you. Your next endeavors, whatever, holler at your big bro. Whatever I can do to help you publicize it, get it out there. You know I got you, all right?
Right on. Love you too, bro. Thanks for having me.
All right. You're going to be back. Believe that. All right? All right. All right, that's a wrap today for TFG Sports Media. It was a special show. I had my baby brother, the new author, DL Reed. Make sure you go get the book, Sick, Tired, and Overweight. Go to Amazon.com and check it out. I had a few more comments before I get out of here. The press box says the nepotism part is cool, but Bronny is not above criticism. LeBron was out of pocket confronting Steven like that. I agree with you, brother Barleen. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate the love. My little bro, great job, fellas. Love you both. Love you too, big guy. Love you too, man. Congrats, Mr. DL. So again, y'all make sure y'all keep it locked here. Y'all can catch me here every Sunday, 11 a.m. Actually, I'm going to probably start going live more on Kendrick Sports Hustle starting next Sunday. So you can catch me here Sunday mornings, 11 o'clock a.m. It's going to be on Kendrick Sports Hustle starting next Sunday, as well as on Kendrick Sports Hustle on Facebook and on my personal Facebook page as well on Facebook. I'm going to start doing more of my lives, my Sunday shows on that sports channel. And you can also catch me on TikTok every Friday afternoon at noon, where we're doing our freestyle moments and all that. All right. So again, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I hope you all have a great week. If you got to catch up on your sleep, catch up on it. I know we all lost that hour last night, but I'm doing all right. But again, appreciate the love. You all have a good one. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.